Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mark from SolarGames, and today I just want to take it back home again and really bring this video to you because I want to thank you, everybody who's been watching my channel, everybody who's been giving me support. Thank you so much for making me over 1,000, 500, 600, I don't know what my sub numbers are, subscribers. I really appreciate it. I think it does tell me a lot about what's happening in the community, that my content is resonating, and that this type of content that I've been creating recently, more than the booster box opening, have been more meaningful and more interesting to everyone. So that's great. And so here's the thing. Reality is I do want to make content that is helpful for other people because that's what I really, truly care about. And if that's what you guys want to see, then you're going to see more of those. To address some of the negativity that's on the channel, look, here's the thing. Like, you saw my video on negativity. I don't think it matters too much. But at the same time, if it's a piece of news that we need to talk about, we need to talk about it. And if we talk about it, you're going to get my raw approach on the conversation. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to hear it. And here's the thing. If you don't want to hear that video, then, that's okay. Just watch the next video. There's a lot of videos probably that's not going to work for you. Some people care about authenticating. Some people care about the things I care about. And here's the reality. I'm not you. You're not me. The things I care about, you don't care about. And the things that you care about, maybe I don't care about. But the reality is, I do believe that there are a lot of intersections where we can all come together. And there are places where maybe just something that you don't know or I don't know, and we can converse about it and learn from each other. And that's really key. So I realized I never did an introductory video about me, who I am, and why I'm here. I did a magic history video about how I started. I think that was actually kind of interesting. It's kind of the videos I like to do anyways, because I like to tell stories. I like those little itty bitty pieces of how, people kind of come together and congregate. I think it's meaningful and it's kind of fun. So I decided to make this video and just kind of share a little bit about who I am, what I'm doing on this channel, and what I plan to do at least for the next foreseeable future until maybe 5,000 subscribers, and we'll kind of shift our direction or, realign or hone the focus on something. I don't know. So right now, this is where I am. So who am I? Who am I? I would say probably in my restart of doing magic, back in 2019, 2020-ish era, I really looked at magic from an investor perspective. And I went into it as an investor. But then basically, here's the thing. Magic is a great game. And it's a game first, before the investment, before all that stuff. So as soon as I started realizing that there's a cool game underneath, I figured, why do I have to deprive myself of a game that I can play, right? In addition to investing in the cards. So basically what happened was, from an investor, I became more of a collector and also a player. So I started playing the game more. I started collecting certain cards I like. There's a folder on my shelf. It probably isn't very valuable at all, but it has some of the things that just mean a lot to me. Cards, history, those kind of things, right? So that's who I am. And at this point, what I do is, most of the time, if I'm buying large collections, I want to keep certain cards because those are either interesting to me as an investor or as a collector. And the rest of the card, I kind of just sell it out because I don't really need it. And here's the thing, I don't need to hold on to a bunch of cards that other people need to build their decks with. So please, go buy my cards, build decks with it, have fun, great. And if my friends need it, usually I can give some discounts when I'm local to them. If not, then of course, selling on TCG Player, eBay, Mercari, whatever other platform, that's just kind of what I do. So one of the things why I started doing the things on this channel, and this happened even before I did all this face-to-face type of thing, right? Where everyone's now realizing apparently I look like Markiplier. And you know what's really scary? I was looking through some photos of him on, because I think I watched a couple of his walkthrough videos. I think the one that really resonated with me was the one where he was underground and underwater. I don't even remember what game it was, but he was underwater and he's talking to this little robot that's about to die, or he has to kill him at the end of the mission. And he named him Bubbles, and he was about to cry. And he basically took 30 minutes for a dialogue option because he didn't want to kill the robot. Anyways, I looked up his photo and I'm like, yep, he does look like me. My wife and I both looked at it and agreed, yep, that guy looks like me. So to address the concerns out there, I look like Markiplier, but I'm not Markiplier. So yeah, but apparently we're both named Mark. So hey, maybe there's some Mark DNA flying out there. I don't know. We'll find out later. Maybe one day I'll be big enough where I can meet the guy and we can shake hands and be like, oh, hey, look, it's my twin. That'd be kind of fun. But I really started this channel because of information asymmetry. I think this is really important. This is a problem I cannot solve in the world. right? There are always going to be people who know things more than others. And this is at the core of capitalism. It's at the core of everything that happens, right? Why do certain people get promotions when other people don't? Why are people, for example, trading stocks, buying things that they believe in, other people don't? It's because of information asymmetry. In fact, I think a lot of arguments, disagreements that are kind of stupid, honestly, are also due to information asymmetry. Because, and by that I just mean somebody's information, other people's information are either known and unknown, so they don't have the knowledge, they don't know what's going on, or they have different knowledge, and there's no consensus on what truth is, right? Because what I believe isn't necessarily what you believe. This happens a lot in politics and religion, and that's why I try to stay away from those topics as much as possible, because I think, honestly, magic as a topic is already divisive enough. We don't really need to bring politics and religion into that, right? And here's the thing. My goal is simply this. Bring the facts to the table that I know of, bring some opinion, because that's why you're watching me, to the table, and just tell you how I think about these facts. When we take a look at specific data, I want to show you things that you don't know. Example of this are like when I share the rarity poll rates for Brothers War. I did it because honestly, I just felt like there was information out there that people didn't know. And maybe some of the larger players know this too, because they may mass box open. They should probably understand over large numbers, but they're not willing to share, or they don't want to risk their reputation. And here's the best part about me, right? I have no reputation to risk. I have 1,500 subscribers. Who cares? Wizards doesn't care. Nobody's going to come at me for this. So I can share whatever I want. And I would like to stay like that forever, because I want to be truthful to my audience and to the content I make, because that's what makes me truly happy. And so that's the thing. And yes, on this channel, we do share opinions, my opinions personally, which may not agree with everything you guys agree with, and may not agree with you on every single video. And that's okay. Because the truth is, it's not about me agreeing with you for every single thing. Because here's the thing, and this is the truth that a lot of people forget, is no matter what I say, no matter what you say, no matter what anyone says, someone's going to get angry. Someone's going to get hurt. And here's the thing. Let's just all kind of take it a little bit lighter. Take it easy. Take a step back. Listen and think about the data. And here's the thing. You can always just say, you know what? I don't believe it, Mark. I don't like it. This is not what I want to believe in. Cool. Move on. Maybe you'll enjoy my next video, right? So, that shifts pretty nicely over to the content I make, right? So the content I make is this. Look, I can't promise that I will make content on any specific thing or won't make anything. I think recently, I read a comment where one of the subscribers says, I'm subscribing because this is becoming a magic hate channel. Well, first of all, I don't think I'm making a magic hate channel, but if magic is a product that's kind of sinking into the floor, what can I say about it? I mean, do you want me to go pick up like things that don't exist? Of course I have to talk about the sinking ship, right? But when the ship rises back out of the ocean, right, I'm going to talk about that too. And you can see in the content I've already made in the past, there are a lot of things I love about magic, right? And the thing is like, look, I'm not just here for the money. I'm not just here to do the reserve list. I'm definitely not trying to like manipulate the market and make sure you guys do whatever, because I don't really care, honestly, right? And the thing is, that's the key you have to understand. This channel is just my channel. It's my opinion, right? And I can basically make videos on whatever topic I want. Who's there to like force me to do anything otherwise, right? And I hope there are audience out there, right, that I can track like a magnet where they like the things I say and they like the way I'm saying it. If you don't like those things, skip a video. If you don't like those things, maybe you just unsubscribe and leave. It's fine. And that's the reality. And here's the thing, I cannot control anybody. There are going to be people who hate me for no reason. There are going to be people who love me for no reason. And that's just the truth too, right? So here's the content that I basically make, right? So basically it's whatever's on my mind. If there's something I see, a topic that I like, something I think about, that's content I'm going to make. Or information that I feel like really should be, shared because I have a strong opinion about it, right? So as an example, if it's about like authenticity, authenticating cards, this is something I do feel strongly that I have a good opinion about, and I will always share it with you. If there's knowledge or information that I feel like the world should have, and it's kind of a delta. So as an example, if there's any problems with print runs, if there's any information out there that's not really that public, or, I want to bring a spotlight to it, make sure everyone understands and is talking and speaking on even ground, right? About the content, about the information. That's really key. And lastly, I'm just going to make content that makes me happy. right? If I want to make a video about Magic 30, because Magic 30 is in the shitters, I'm going to make a video about that. If I want to make a video on how to draft, because that's really fun, I'm going to make a video on that. If I have a 30-minute montage of me playing Magic cards at my friend's house, I'm going to make a video about that. That's just how it's going to be, right? And here's the thing. There's probably something you notice if you watch my channel for a long time. I really hate saying like, comment, and subscribe, because I think it's so stupid, right? Here's the reality of why. I know that you do that and it does work, because look, if it doesn't work, all these creators aren't going to just do it because they, whatever. It does totally work. Now, why I hate saying that is because I feel like my content should say all those things all the time. If you see something you like and hey, this is what I'm doing well, please give me a like. Just leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. Of course, that's what you should be doing anyways. I don't have to tell you that because my content should speak for me. I don't have to tell you and coerce you to go like me. You should just like me because, again, the content makes sense to you. It resonates with what you believe in, right? And it's helpful or something like that. And look, lastly, I just want you to make that decision for yourself. It's not really for me to go tell you you should go comment, like, subscribe, whatever, because it honestly doesn't matter that much to me. Part of this is because I just want to make sure this information is out there. If nobody subscribes to my channel, but you guys all watch it and get the information, great. I don't care. That's awesome, right? All right, so now we're at the end of this conversation and let's talk about the future of the channel. So I've been thinking about this a lot, now hitting 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 plus, and thinking about where I'm going to take this. So for those that don't know, the YouTube thing I'm doing is kind of like a side gig. And even the selling cards business I'm doing is a side gig. I have a normal job and just what it is, right? You guys can take guesses on what it is. I think some people actually probably already know, but it's kind of fun, right? Yeah, so again, the card business, all that stuff is just side gig. It's just something I do for fun because again, I think it's fun and I like sharing information. This is just who I am, I guess. But for the future, there are things I'm kind of working behind the scenes on right now, right? So I'll kind of give you a little sneak peek on some of those things. Number one is Patreon. So a lot of YouTubers, Magic content creators, I think maybe because of Rudy, Professor, started to kind of look at the Patreon Kickstarter route, right? And the whole idea is that, hey, if I have these really great ideas, I want to be able to share it. I want to be able to share it without monetization. One of the things I really hate about YouTube is sponsor promoted things. I hope I can run a successful business on the side that I will never take any sponsor promoted content. But at the same time, being realistic, look, if there's ever a sponsor that resonates with what I'm doing and I truly believe in, maybe I'll take a sponsorship. That's just what it is. But I'm never going to sell out for something that I don't believe in. And here's the thing, I've learned enough now about sponsorship that whatever you do kind of go after, do your research, right? So I think for myself personally, I probably won't take a sponsorship unless I'm already, using or believing in the product, which is kind of interesting, right? So if anybody comes to me and says, hey, try something new, I probably won't take it. But if it's a product I'm already using, sure, I can vouch for that because look, I believe in it, right? And there's a lot of those kind of in mind anyway, so that's where it is. But Patreon. So Patreon is something that I think a lot of YouTubers use to supplement, again, their YouTube earnings. Personally, I just don't really need it because I have a job and job pays me pretty well, so I don't really need a second thing. Again, all this stuff I do, YouTube, selling cards, it's just for fun. I still find it really interesting. It does take a lot of time, right? But I'd rather just do that instead of watching TV, basically. So that's that. Yeah, so for Patreon, if I ever have a Patreon, I want it to be at the level where it can actually be useful for you. So I want something that you guys, audience, find useful, find meaningful. I think, honestly, the Rudy gig of selling you booster boxes at a highly discounted level is a good idea. I personally really appreciate that. I just think the shipping logistics and all the taking payment stuff is just a lot of work. And I don't know if I right now want to do that. Plus, I don't have enough of a solid relationship with distributors and vendors to be able to go and do that at a price that makes sense for everyone. So at the moment, most of these things I reserve for my close friends, and that's about it. So no one else really can access the products I have. Sorry. Otherwise, you basically have to buy from the open market from me. Again, contact details in the comment section if you ever want to talk business. But yeah, Discord. I love Discord. I've been using it for many, many years. I just, as a gamer, it's like who doesn't use Discord? And here's the thing. Let me show my age a little bit, right? Before Discord, you guys, I'm looking at you older guys. I know who you are, right? I see the channel stats. TeamSpeak, TS3, anybody? Ventrilo, Vent. Yeah. Anyway, so of course, when Discord came out, we're like, oh shit, this is like the better Vent, better TS. Awesome, right? So it was an easy shift over to Discord. Nowadays, I realize Discord is much, much more powerful than just a chatting application or voice chat. I think it has a lot of really interesting things. When I was kind of like playing some other mobile games, the Discord channels I was part of were just really well fleshed out. Lots of good admin stuff, bots, etc. Useful things, right? I think in the future, when I'm ready to go, I will either make my current Discord public or do something. But right now, my Discord, again, is just locked down for my friends only. So it's not really something that I'm sharing with everybody. I don't know what to do with it yet, but my other issue is I do want to make it Discord open to everybody. It's not going to be patron only or whatever. But at the same time, I don't think I have the ability to go moderate everything right now. And I don't think I have the ability to be able to really contribute. And so I don't want to open a thing where it says, hey, this is Mark's Discord and I'm not there. That's not really what I want. I want to have an environment where I can be able to really interact with everybody. And I just don't think that's something I can do right this moment. So unfortunately, Discord for now for me is going to be out. But in the future, just keep up with me. Maybe one day I'll open it. It might be something I change in the future. Lastly, stores, singles, all this stuff. So I think I don't have a store. I don't have a brick and mortar or anything like that. I'm online only. In the future, will I have a store? I don't know. It may be something that I think about, maybe it's something I don't think about. I just currently don't have a good idea of that either. I think I will continue to sell singles simply because I do buy collections and the collections will always have a bunch of extra singles that I'm just don't use, right? So I want to bring those cards to the market. If they're sitting in the collection, I buy it from the collection. I keep the cards I want, and then I bring the cards that I think are just going to be useful. Bring it back to the market so people can play it in decks. I would love. So this is the thing I do want to change. Man, a lot of these websites, TCG Player, eBay, Mercari, they charge pretty high fees, and I wish there was a way I can bring that to you for a lot less price-wise. I want to be able to pass some of the fee structure over to the buyers. I think the best way for me to do that may be just to build a website that sells cards directly to people, and bring the best price. But of course, my selection is not going to be as large as the entire TCG Player selection or the entire eBay selection. But maybe if you find cards that you like, you can directly buy from me, and then you can save some money because, again, I don't have to pay myself a fee, right? And I could probably sell the cards for a lot cheaper. I do have some aspirations to potentially build a e-commerce system like that around SolarGames. So, that may be the first project that I tackle side by side with kind of running and building this channel. So yeah, that's some channel updates, December 2022. There you go. Yes, this is the Q4 earnings call for SolarGames, December 2022. And we're doing good, guys. Thank you. I hope to bring more content to you. Let's talk more shit about Magic or fun stuff, whatever. Yeah. Thank you. And I'll see you later.